I want to preface this video with a personal statement. I was locked up a few months ago and the jail was absolutely filled with K2. I couldn't believe how badly it was messing people up. Many of them had the appearance of someone on high-power opiates. The prison I was in Providence, but was not this particular one. K2 is so rampant in jails that lawyers cannot even bring a business card when they come to see you. When receiving mail, the jail intercepts it and send you a photocopy, because that is the way it was getting in before. In 4 months, I witnessed 4 shakedowns. I am assuming that correction officers are now sneaking in as well. There was one innate, who many say was the main supplier, who actually received new charges for selling it in prison. He is on there on murder and large quantity drug dealer. It is alleged that he is making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let me tell you how. K2 is sprayed on sheets of paper. The paper is then broken down to smaller pieces. The size of a stamp was $20, and the size of a business card was $200. The amount you need to get extremely high is an eighth of a stamp. This allowed others on the unit to buy some and sell it as well. I really couldn't believe how bad it was. The story I am about to share happened in a federal prison. One of my cellmates was locked in that detention center before. He confirmed to me that the guards sneak in cell phones and marijuana. A cell phone will run you about $1,000. When a raid is going to happen, the guard simply comes and takes the phone, only to give it back when the raid is over. There was actually an incident where someone smoked a whole page and he turned blue and had to be rushed to the hospital. Some inmates couldn't even work. Most smoked it, but it can also be used sublingual. The way they lit it was by using a pencil and a Q-tip. You stick the lead pencil in a socket, which causes a spark. That is where the Q-tip comes in. Pretty creative, right? Massachusetts attorney. 3 others charged in scheme to smuggle contraband into the Wyatt Detention Center, Providence. As reflected in court documents and sealed in federal court in Providence today. A Massachusetts attorney. 2 individuals detained in the Donald W. Wyatt Detention Facility. And a Connecticut woman have been charged by way of federal criminal complaints for their alleged participation in a scheme to smuggle contraband into the Wyatt Detention Facility, announced United States Attorney Zachary A. Cunha. Attorney Teresa M. Digesef, 50, of Woburn, MA, is charged with possession with intent to distribute a controlled substance, providing a prohibited object to an inmate, and making a false statement. Hannah Stedford, 21, of Hamden, CT, and Wyatt Center detainees Shundi Hart, 46, and Samuel Douglas, 26, are charged with conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute a controlled substance and providing a prohibited object to an inmate.
DJoseph and Stedford were arrested earlier today and are expected to make an initial appearance in U.S. District Court in Providence today. Hart, detained at the Wyatt Detention Facility while awaiting trial on drug and firearm offenses charged in the District of Massachusetts. And Douglas, who is awaiting sentencing in U.S. District Court in New Haven, CT, having pleaded guilty in April 2024 to a charge of racketeering conspiracy, will make their initial appearances in U.S. District Court in Providence at a later date. According to charging documents, during a visit to Wyatt on July 9, 2023, DJoseph used her credentials as an attorney to meet with Hart in a contact visiting room that does not include a plexiglass screen sometimes used for attorney visits to conduct legal work. Correctional officers later filed an incident report when DJoseph was found to be acting suspicious and monitoring the correctional officer's movements. A review by Wyatt of text messages sent between DJoseph and Hart on a wide-tissued tablet allegedly revealed that DJoseph had sent Hart personal photos of herself and screenshots showing Cash App or sports betting transactions that she appeared to have engaged in on Hart's behalf. She was temporarily prohibited from contact visits with Hart, but later allowed to resume visits. On December 1, 2023, during an attempted visit with Hart, Wyatt correctional officers seized from DJoseph 10 sheets of paper that appeared discolored, thicker than normal, and to have been wet and dried, consistent with papers soaked in synthetic marijuana, which is also called K to Z. The papers were later sent to an FBI testing lab that confirmed the presence of Schedule I controlled substances. It is alleged in charging documents that Wyatt detainee Samuel Douglas arranged for his girlfriend, Hannah Stedford, to meet with D. Joseph outside of the White Detention Center on December 1st, 2023, and to provide D. Joseph with the contaminated papers that were seized from D. Joseph. A federal criminal complaint is merely an accusation. A defendant is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty. The case is being prosecuted by Assistant United States Attorneys Julian Klein and Peter I. Rockland. The matter was investigated by FBI and members of the Donald W. White Detention Center Professional Standards Unit.